Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Child, what a day. TGIF. Girl, we made it through the week. If you are listening to this podcast style video, you made it through the week. Yes, God. Say baby, give yourself a clap, a pat on the back, and we made it. Well, I'm here today because I told you guys I was going to bring FSF back. For those of y'all don't know what that is that Fuck It Friday, baby. I told you I was going to bring it back, and I was trying to figure out how could I do it, because I do a series now on the channel called Celeb Talk, where I talk about celebrities and basically what my FSF was always about was my thoughts and opinions on anything that's popping off in the world of entertainment. Sometimes I may throw a little sports in there. I'll sprinkle that on you. And then sometimes I'll even go as far as to do a little politics, even though I have a separate series on the channel called Politricks, where we talk about that. But anything that pops off during the week, close to Friday, it would always be a part of my Fuck Shit Friday, right? So I was kind of torn this week. I was like, what am I going to do? So I decided I would drop stories through the week, but at the end of the week, I would compile some of the stories that I did not talk about throughout the week and give it to you guys in the form of this Fuck Shit Friday. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you like the ambiance around here. I hope that, you get the key, the encouragement and the upliftment and the overall feel good that I strive to give each and every person that comes to my channel. I hope you're feeling that right now. Or if you haven't quite felt it all not yet, baby, just stick around. The best is yet to come, okay? So we're going to start this up again because it's something you guys have requested. And it's enough going on in the world today to where I can come in and do this still, along with what I do throughout the week. I want to first of all say welcome to the new subscribers. I seen you guys piling up in here on me this week. I don't know what brought you here, baby, but I'm glad you're here. Always know that you're welcome. This is a safe zone. On this channel, you do not have to agree with me. We agree to disagree, as long as we do it respectfully down in the comments. I like to hear various opinions. I don't want people who just gonna continuously every video agree with me. No, challenge me. Make me open up my mind. And that's what I promote over on this channel. So, Fuck Shit Friday is the video of the week where I come in and I weigh in my thoughts and opinion as only I can do it. I like to call it talking a little shit while swallowing spit. Okay? So, let's get into what I wanted to talk about. Now, earlier this week, if you guys remember, I dropped a 1-minute video, Instagram live of Azriel Clary, who was once one of R. Kelly living girlfriends, and his current girlfriend, Joycelyn Savage, getting into a brawl down over at the Trump Towers, right? I showed you guys that, but I left no commentary on it. I just showed it to you. I didn't make any commentary on that at the time because I didn't know the circumstances surrounding why these two women who just a month ago seemed to be the bestest of sister wives, why they were beefing and tearing up stuff and threatening to break the man Grammys. Why were there unidentified people inside of this man's home? That's what I was trying to find out. So, in getting the story, as some of y'all asked me down in the comments to do, basically, what I got from this is, I don't know if Azriel Clary is working with the feds, have been working with the feds. I don't know what the story is, but her tune now has seemingly changed. A month ago, she loved R. Kelly. She's grown. She can do what she want to do. You can't tell her nothing. She gonna support her man. He's gonna be vindicated. and she just can't wait to see him again. And she's at every court day looking at the back of his head, and all of that. You know, she had a whole lot to say. And as you know, many people have said that R. Kelly has these girls under some type of spell. A Stockholm syndrome is what I've heard it called. And that's what her family has been saying for the last few years, is that it's Stockholm syndrome that the girl is going through. So, for the last week or so, since she re-emerged on social media, we learned she moved out of Trump Towers. We learned that she was supposedly still in communication with R. Kelly via the phone, but we also saw her begin to do her own thing. We saw her traveling. She had a hashtag on the run with Azriel. We saw her in the studio. We saw a lot of things. We saw a lot of things that went against the infamous Gayle King interview that occurred early 2019. So fast forward, all week she has been putting these little cryptic messages out on social media. You know, like, what was she saying? I wish I could be 17 again. The quiet before the storm. She kept alluding that she was going to talk. She was also telling the people to love her for her and not, I guess, basically just equate her all the time with R. Kelly. So, girl, moving fast forward, she goes live from Instagram. And we see Joycelyn Savage, the girlfriend, the current girlfriend, and her getting into it. Now, from what we could hear on the clip, Joycelyn is clearly saying that she's disrespectful to have people up in R. Kelly's house, right? They get into this confrontation verbally with each other, and next thing we know, we see the phone drop, and you can clearly hear the sound that there's a fight of some sorts going on. After about 30 seconds, maybe one full minute of that girl and Joycelyn Savage obviously getting into it physically, we see Azriel pick her phone back up and she is requesting police. Along with police, she also looked like she needed her an ambulance or two because, girl, she had all kinds of knots upside her head. She had one in the forehead and like one on the side. Her eyes looked a little puffy. Girl, she looked like she had got beat up, okay? She just looked like she had got beat up. Now, I don't know if she got beat up or not. She says she didn't get beat up, but she did go to the hospital later on. Don't that shit sound familiar? But we ain't gonna go there. Anyway, she got on camera and she said she was fine, but you could clearly see she had been to the hospital. She still had the bracelet on. She wanted charges filed against Joycelyn. Okay? Later on that evening, we heard that Joycelyn, in fact, had been arrested. But I want to go back to the fight because immediately after the fight, she began to, what started the fight, I believe, was when they were arguing about the disrespect. She said, I have to do what I have to do to protect me. And then she went into telling, at Joycelyn, it's the girl, I don't know, Joycelyn or Jocelyn, one of them, girl. She went into telling that girl about how she got to protect herself and that everything is coming out and that she slept with underage girls too. She knows for a fact that Joycelyn did it because she slept with her when she was a minor. Then she started to say that they looked crazy on Gayle King. They lied for him. And that she's basically going to send Joycelyn to jail where she could be down there with her boyfriend and they could be in there together like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. She said that R. Kelly has been lying to everybody. And everybody was listening on bated ear like, girl, what you gonna tell? What you gonna tell? But see, for the critical thinkers, we go back just a few short weeks ago where she was on camera saying he ain't do nothing. Everybody lying. Let's go back to the Gayle King interview. I just want to be with him. I don't want to sing. I don't want to do anything. Now, some will say that's a part of the Stockholm Syndrome, and I understand that. But I'm sorry, I have to differ with that. I don't feel like that was Stockholm Syndrome. I feel like she said what she said in the moment, whether it be true or not. That is for a court of law, not public opinion, to figure out. But I'm not feeling when you get mad, you saying things that you may later regret. Now, whether or not this girl is working with the feds or not is beyond my knowledge right now. I do not know. But what I can say is this. If her story begins to change a whole lot now, when she done already sat before them federal agents and told them that he never slept with her underage, he never had her sleeping with anybody underage, it's going to be a lot of questions she's going to have to answer. And then it's going to bring upon more questions like, what was your involvement? Because if he was making all the girls sleep together and some of them were minor, you turned 18 a few months after meeting him, and you've been with him for the last 3 or 4 years. So how many women girls have you slept with that's underage? You see where I'm going with this family? I feel like in that moment she was angry and she said a lot of things. Do I think that R. Kelly is 100% an innocent person? In all honesty, and I have been a fan for years. No. And if he has hurt anybody's child, for real, he needs to be held accountable for it. But I'm not just willing to believe everything that comes out of a woman's mouth because I'm a woman and I know how we can be. I know what I was like as a young woman, trying to be a little groupie for a minute. And I also know how women can be sometimes. So this is all going to be a big ball of mess that the courts are going to have to figure out. I heard a lot of people saying now that Azrael has turned against him, that he's done. It looked like that. I can understand why people say that. But see, I can't 100% go along with that, because I believe that the higher power has the final say so. He knows what's right and what's wrong. And the evidence is going to be presented in a court of law later on in this year. And as I have stated on each and every one of my videos that I talk about this situation, I am reserving my judgment for when I see this play out in court. What is the prosecution going to show? If the prosecution has a case strong enough that shows that R. Kelly has been around here being a demon for the last 30 years, then whatever his punishment by law is, I am okay with it. But if they cannot prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, then he will not be charged for crimes he didn't commit. That's the law of the land. I used to say that I was one-sided about the situation because I just could not believe. But as time has grown and I have matured and I have looked at things, taking emotion out of the picture, this don't look good for the aura. This don't look good at all. And he's going to take accountability for whatever it is that he hasn't been doing or he has doing. Hasn't been doing, taking care of your business on your own, and stop expecting other people to do it. Stop letting everybody think that everybody's got your best interest at heart. If you hurt somebody, own it and deal with the consequences thereof. But that has to be proven in a court of law, not a court of public opinion. Jocelyn was arrested. And she is now currently she was arrested for domestic battery. She goes to court sometime early May, where she will have to answer for this fight, this altercation over at R. Kelly's apartment down at the Trump Towers. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. I have not seen much from this girl. Now, I saw an account, but it's so many fake accounts out here. I don't know which is which, but there was an account that stated that Jocelyn walked in and caught Azrael not only in the house with other men in R. Kelly's house, but she was also doing cocaine. That is all alleged at this time because we have no proof of that. But that is what was said, so I'm letting you guys know. In the book of my mind, how I feel about this is both of them need to figure out what they're going to do with their life from this point on. Because whether he walks or he goes to prison, which he's probably, as many charges as he got, he may actually end up doing some time. I don't think that he's going to get the time that a lot of people expecting him to get. But he's probably going to end up getting some form of time. And at 24 and 22, y'all lives have just begun. You had an experience with an older man. You're lucky in a sense that you dealt with an older man with means because you weren't out here bad, but you still was out here. That time may be over and it's time to figure out what your next move is. And I pray for the best for both of these young ladies, that they can move on from this situation and find their peace. And if he's hurt anybody, as I said, he needs to be held accountable for it. But that needs to be proven in a court of law, not a court of public opinion. Never have I ever seen so much negativity surrounding one individual as I have seen surrounding R. Kelly. I don't know why that is. I don't know. A lot of people say it's an agenda. I don't know what it is, honey. What I do know is that is why we have a court of law, for things to be taken into consideration and evidence provided to make you guilty or you innocent. Okay? Am I 100%? Do I believe all of the alleged victims? Hell to the no. Do I feel like they're in those lies that we heard on part 1 and part 2 of The Reckoning and the Surviving R. Kelly part 1? Do I think that there's some truth somewhere in all of this? Yes. But it's not for me to decide. It's not for the public to decide. It's for the courts to decide. So we're going to see where that goes from here. I think it's really sad that these two young ladies came to blows. I think it's really sad. But we're going to see what's going to happen. Now, that's the story as much as I care about it anyway. If it's more to it, feel free to drop it in the panty section below, child. I'll read it. And if it's something that's juicy enough, I might even come back. But for me, I'm waiting on the trial. Because all this extra stuff that's going on ain't a good look for neither side. It's not. And she's working with the feds. She girl, it ain't gonna be no cakewalk, okay? It ain't gonna be no cakewalk proving that, because you can go out and you can talk to the feds, you can tell them a lot of things, but know one thing for certain and two things for sure. Girl, you're gonna have to say some stuff in court, and you're gonna be under the scrutiny of a cross-examination, and I hope you're prepared. If you're telling the truth, it shouldn't be no problem. Now, moving on to the next story. According to BScott, Fox Entertainment president says Jussie Smollett will not be returning for Empire series finale, despite Taraji P. Henson's wishes. Jamal Lyons is gone, y'all. A few weeks ago, it was alluded to the possibility of Jussie Smollett returning to the show for the series finale. Even while at a Fox Television Critics Association party, fellow Empire star Taraji P. Henson expressed her desire to have Jussie come back one last time. She said, and I quote, "If I had my say, he would have been back. I mean, we can't end this show without him. He's such an integral part of the show. He certainly was Cookie's favorite son, so we need him to wrap this thing up. I don't know for sure," she elaborated, "but if I had my say, it'd be yes. I mean, there's no way to end it without one of the lions." Now, Fox president Michael Thorne shut that down, basically. He shut down the possibility of Jussie returning by saying we're not going to bring Jussie back to the show. There were a number of factors that went into the decision not to bring him back. There were many points of views about it, if he should come back or if he shouldn't. As hard as the decision was for us, we feel like it was in the best interest of the show and the cast. Our hope is that all of the controversy surrounding Jussie doesn't overshadow the show, which we think is bigger than him. So he will not be on the finale, the series finale episode, as it had been alluded to weeks ago. Even months ago, I heard that he was gonna come back for the series finale. Jussie really put himself in a pickle. That big lie he came up with last January totally wiped him out. Now, I don't know why he did it. It breaks my heart that he did it. But see, this is another person who has to take accountability for things that they have done. You ain't no way around it, fam. You're going to have to do it. Now, it's better to get it on over with and learn and move on than to linger in it. That's all I have to say about that. Moving on. Baby, BScott confirmed that Nene leaked the card she sent to Cynthia. Now, if you've been following the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, you know during Cynthia Bailey's grand opening of the Bailey Wine Cellar, I believe that's the name, Nene sent a card and some cheese and crackers via Marlo Hampton, right? Well, later it was found the exact card was leaked to the blogs. Kenya Moore was once blamed for doing it, but why? It don't make sense for Kenya to do it. Like I said, I think in my review, Kenya don't like Nene. That would make Nene look good. So why would she do that? So BScott has now confirmed Nene Camp did leak the note. He went on his podcast saying that Nene titties, just like Nene titties in Toronto, the truth was always going to pop out. Say my name a couple of times and I have to appear. You summoned me. He said that she's a lying biatch. He says, 2, she goes in to make it seem like bloggers are beneath her, like bloggers are lowly. He says she is a reality star at best. He says there's nothing wrong with being a reality star in general, but Nene's attitude really doesn't line up with the tepid excess that she has had in her ventures outside of the show. That's what BScott said. Then he said, she does talk to bloggers, but she oftentimes talks to bloggers without my reach, and she talks to bloggers that don't have any other exclusive information other than the lies she tells. He has dirt on Nene that he's been holding back, and he's going to hold back for now. He said their relationship go back a decade. He said he knew Nene Leakes when she had her first set of teeth and her first face. He said that he got years of text messages. He said he felt as though they were still friends because only a friend would hold certain information that he's holding right now at her request. So if they're not friends, that's all good with him. He said that's good to know. He said he flat out said someone from Nene's camp sent him that information. And if he's pressed, he will publish those receipts. He said, keep his name out of your mouth, Nene. You say one more derogatory or disrespectful thing, and he will light that ass up. Child. Nene. Girl, your dirty slip showing. Your dirty slip showing, honey. You should have just admitted it. Girl, if we keep going like this, you're going to have another hard reunion. Ain't that something? BScott has confirmed. Nene Leakes is the one that leaked the card she sent to Cynthia. Girl. Anyway. Moving right along in our next story. Prince Harry and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, basically said they taking a step back from their royal duties and splitting their time between Great Britain and North America. Many have assumed that means Canada because they spend quite a bit of time there, right? They are working on becoming financially independent from the royal family. They're going to be pursuing interests that they have. Basically, bye-bye bitches, in a way. The royal family and the queen wasn't pleased, and it seemed like they didn't know that this was coming. But they said that this is a very complex situation and they will have to work on it and work it out. Baby, I wish I could have been a fly that just happened to get into the royal palace on the day that this hit. After the camera stopped rolling, at the table talk. Baby, I bet Queen Elizabeth had some choice words about that. But see, William and Harry are different. William will eventually become king. Harry, he's not. So his life hasn't been as restricted. He ain't been groomed as much as William has been. You know, and you got to remember, this is Diana's son, too. And he remember. And I'm sure he'd have been brought up to speed on how the royal family treated Diana. Some even suggested the royal family may have had something to do with her demise at a young age. So I think what Harry is doing is getting the hell away from all of that. He's not going to put his wife and his child in jeopardy dealing with them royals. And I know a lot of people having a hard time digesting that, but this is a new day. This is the new child. This the new. Things have changed. They're not going by, these young people nowadays is not going to go by what them older people did in the royal rules and regulations that's set up over there. So I have no problem with this. I'm not surprised by this. You know, Harry has done a lot more things. You know, his life has been a lot more lax because he's not being groomed to be the king. It's his brother. And with that, he's finding his independence away from the royal family. Now, they say they still going to be, you know, splitting their time, but I kind of think they ain't going to really be fooling with them too much, especially if they start building their own wealth, which is very, very possible for them to do. Okay? So we're going to see what that is, and I'm all here for it. I ain't got no problem with it, baby. Do what you got to do. Everything must change. My grandmother used to say it's a mighty poor wind that never change. So these people and the way they do interact within that royal family, things are changing. Sign of the times. Moving right along. In my last story, Blac Chyna and Rob seems to be headed back to court. Rob wants full custody. He says, see, Chyna got a drinking problem and she don't take care of that baby right. He said when the baby come to visit him, sometimes she dirty. Say Ladrine started saying some little curse words. Say she be doing little twerking sexual positions. And all of that is because of being around her mother. And I'm going to say this. If that is true, then he's doing the right thing. Step in and get your child, because clearly this child is seeing something. If she's behaving like that and saying things that are not out of the, you know, that's out of the norm for a child to say, that simply means that she has been exposed to things that a child of her age should not be exposed to. So if you can prove it, get your child. Now, on the flip, I hope this is not a ploy at some get back, because if you all remember, Blac Chyna still got a lawsuit against them Kardashian sisters of his. They say, you know, she said they cost her money. They messed up a show and stuff like that. So that's still going on. So I'm hoping that this ain't a form of get back, but a father actually saying that his child is not being reared properly and he wants to step in and do the right thing. That's what I'm hoping. But that was it, y'all. Those are the stories that I had not discussed this week. One of which being that R. Kelly situation with them girlfriends. I hadn't got the full tea. But I got a little bit more tea as the week went on, and more evident, you know, people started talking, and the girl Azrael talking. I was able to get a little bit more information. And like I said, in these videos, please understand everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. These are my thoughts and opinions. They're not written in stone. Everything is alleged on this channel. Okay? That's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast style form of Fuck Shit Friday. I will probably be on camera next Friday when I do it. But right now, I'm preparing to go to work. I'm dealing with a cold. That's why my voice is a little bit off right now. So I apologize to y'all for that, you know. But that's all I wanted to talk about on this episode. Now, I'm going to get on up out of here. And y'all remember in closing, as always, that the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video, thumbs up, get me recognized on the YT streets. Comment down below in the panel section. Let me know what you think about all the stories that I covered today in this podcast style form of Function Friday. I really want to know your opinions. I will be down in the comment section over the weekend responding to you guys, as I always try to do. As my channel has grown, family, it's sometimes a little bit hard for me to interact one-on-one with you in the comments. What I do is, if you see a heart by your comment and a thumbs up, that's me. I've read it. And sometimes I don't have the availability to be able to respond right then. But if it's something that's important that you guys need to say to me or want to reach out to me, you can always request me over on Instagram at Lady_Nyca. I will check your page out, see if you're a real person, and let you in. You can follow me over on Twitter at the at Epitome of Lady. And you can always email me, which I have in the description box of every video. Also follow me on all of my social media platforms if you can, including Spreaker and SoundCloud for your entertainment pleasure. If you have not subscribed to this channel or my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, please subscribe to the channels today. The link to my second channel is always in my description box below the title of the video. Subscribe to both channels and tap on your notification bell. Set that to all so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from this channel, you guys will be notified and you can come over and join in the conversation. And on my very last thing, and for real, we are still collecting funds to assist VS over here on this channel. If you would like to donate anything, $1, $5, whatever you can give from your heart to help this lady as she prepares for this court case and is able to continue to care for her family, I ask that you please make your donations via the Cash App to $VSTSCC. I will drop that in the pinned comment so that you guys can go over if you want to. It is not it's not a requirement, it's just a request. And if you don't have it in your heart that you want to do it, that's fine. You do not have to do it. However, if you feel this woman's pain and you want to help her or bless her in her life in any kind of way, please make a donation of your choosing to the Cash App. And those monies go directly to her. They don't go through me to get to her. They go directly to her immediately. So, and if you can't do it and you want to do it, but you just ain't got it, I say always, say a prayer. A prayer sometimes go further than $1 bill. So just say a prayer for it if you want to. But please do not feel the need to tell me why you're not giving, because it really does not matter. Either you do or you don't. If you give, you don't have to tell me you give. Just hit the Cash App and make your next move your best move. That's it. That's all you have to do. The choice is on you. Nobody's making you. But know that if you do give or you sending prayers out for her, we thank you. And we really appreciate that. Okay? That's all, y'all. I'm out. I may come back later tonight, late night, with a pillow talk. But child, the way my head hurting right now, girl, I don't think so. I think I got a head cold, y'all. It's a head cold or sinuses, one draining, child, and it's giving me old nasty picture. I almost did a call in today, but I ain't doing no call in. I'm gonna go up there and see the best I can do, and if I can't stay, child, I'm gonna eat a hell on out of there. Okay, that's it. I'll see y'all asses later on. Y'all have a good one here. Peace.